Good afternoon, friends. Hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me again. So I'm going to say that this is class 4 and I'm going to integrate yesterday's class 3 into class 4. So we might be here a while. But yesterday, if you were watching, it all started crumbling a little bit and then we totally lost you completely. So unfortunately, we couldn't go ahead. It wouldn't reconnect. So here we are today. So welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Tony Darrick and this is the How to Craft Network studio. So in today's studio, we're going to do a little bit of a combination of a couple of demos for you. But if you're not au fait with our Create Together Club, I like to do a little bit of housekeeping. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm repeating myself. But just for those people that may be hopping by or caught us for the first time, it's a Create Together Club where we send 3 items, 2 of which are in envelopes. And you open 1 a month and I give you 7 days of creative content making things, because normally you use your products once, twice, 3 times. Some of you do use them a lot more, but most of you don't. So it's a creative way to ensure that you use the products more often than not. So the first item I have here, so we're on to day 4, and then next month we'll open another envelope, and then next month we'll open another envelope, and we'll be creative with those 2. Now you can still join the club at any point. I think I have 20 left. I spoke to Becky this morning. She says, Tony, you've hardly got any left. I was like, oh, that's amazing. So 20 left. So if you do want to get included in this, if you do order it now, Becky is sending them out quite quickly so we can be creative together. It's a great price and it's a great community where we can craft along and share our makes. And I have seen tons of you have been making makes, some quite different ones as well. I was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Oh, a bit jealous. So this is the first item, and it's a star of hearts, and it's this wonderful layering star of star in the centre with the hearts, and it ricochets and twists in design, and it has the mini hearts and the word faith and hope. So we're going to use some more papers today. We're going to pick up where we left from yesterday and hopefully have a fun time together. Now let's do a little bit of a shout out. Don't forget to share, and don't forget to pop a comment underneath this video when we've gone off air. The reason we say that is after the 7 days of shows, we always pick 7 winners. And we line our cards up at the end here and you can pick your favourites. So there are 3 cards already. Hopefully 2 more will be on there today if nothing happens, fingers crossed. And if you pop a comment underneath, I'll go through every video and I'll pick a winner from each video who's commented. And then I'll pick 7 winners and we'll give something nice away to you all for getting involved. And then we can wait till the next month. Actually, the next month's going to come quite quickly because we were a little bit behind with this one, weren't we? So at least you all have the products now, so you're ready to go as soon as I give you that date. So let's, I think we'll pick up from yesterday. A lot of you did say, where did Tony go? I can't find the video. Let's just talk you through the bit that I did do yesterday, and we'll pick up from there, and then we'll do another demo as well, as if it's our 4th day. So let's just set that aside. Oh, I forgot to tell you as well. On the back, it shows you have stencils in this set as well, so you have hearts and a splash, and I showed you how to do the kiss technique where you overlay one inside the other and get one design inside the other. And Sarah ordered hers yesterday. So if you ordered yours yesterday, hopefully you might get it today, Sarah, or fingers crossed tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Right, so let's just have a look what we got cut. So yesterday I cut some vellums, if you remember. I hope you got to see this part. So we cut a large, a medium and a small in the white card. Where's my small? Somewhere it will be. And then we cut some large hearts out of vellum. So you can see how pretty they look on there. So I folded the vellum in half and run the die through. So I got 2 for the price of 1. So if I wanted to do 2 cards, I can make 2 cards at the same time. So 2 of those, 2 of these. And then the next size down, 2 of the next one. Now you can already see sort of like where this is going straight away, can't you? Because you're sort of like, oh, I could make several cards for 1. But yesterday, I can't remember, it might have been Tina actually. I saw a card yesterday where Tina, I think, had sort of like put 1 at the top and then 1 down and made them look like baubles. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it looked like 2 baubles dangling on a card. It was incredible. And then I thought, well, my interpretation of that, and this is what's beautiful about sharing the love of craft, is you could have done like a ton down a slimline card if you wanted to, couldn't you? So the options are there. Oh, there's my little one, look. And here is the outline that I cut with the detailed one there, and then there is a star somewhere which could be popped back in. So that's sort of like where we got to yesterday. Pretty simple. White card and some vellum hearts. We didn't do anything else. So let's get... Oh, now I have to remember what I planned yesterday because I didn't want to touch it. I left it. I was like, Tim, I'll absolutely leave it. I'll walk away tomorrow. I'll pick it up exactly where I hopefully lost you. So let's just clean my guillotine here. Now, the plan is to create like a 3D heart. So I'm going to grab the large heart and I'm going to pop it in my guillotine and I'm going to score it down the centre. Now, you just use a score tool if you don't have an inbuilt score into your cutter. So I'm just going to pop it on there and then I'm going to put it in place and I'm going to score it. So I sort of like get the raised heart here. And then I'm going to take one of the others, the vellum. Now I have to be careful with vellum because this is a great score tool on here. I don't want to cut through it because it will. So I'm just going to pop it on line and then slightly. In fact, probably the best thing to do with your vellum, ladies and gentlemen, is fold it yourself. Probably easier. So there we have another one. Now, how deep do we want these hearts to be? So let's just have a look. 2. I will fold this one in half. I'll do a quick shout out. Michaela, Elaine, Michaela, Marilyn, Bernadette. How to DIY at home. Hello, everyone. Carol, lovely to have your company, guys. Again, do you not get bored? Do you not get bored of seeing me? Tim's shaking his head like, no, I'm sure he does. He's telling fibs. Get sick of me chip-chapping along. So let's have a look here. So you can see when you put one inside the other, it actually looks like a bit of a butterfly, doesn't it? So let's just see which order I want these to look. Now that looks nice from the side, doesn't it? Looks nice from the front as well. So I really like this. I really, really like this. However, I did cut the outline as well. So I felt like maybe, see what it looks like on there. Let's have a look on the pattern. Now you're probably thinking, Tony, why have you not thought about this? Why are you just doing it? And it's Create Together Club and we do everything together from start to finish. And this is sort of like the process of us, if we were sat round a table visually, sat having a talk about, you know, putting stuff together. I would be saying to you, wouldn't I, what do you think? Do we think this? Come on, give me a helping hand here. So I think I might put the detailed part only on the large one. Or I might not even put it on at all yet. I haven't decided. Oh, it looks actually nice, doesn't it, with the pink sort of window in there. Right, so let's get this together. Now, I'll just move my guillotine for now. Now, a cool way to put these together also is you could tie them with some cotton. That looks totally cool as well, so they have a cotton bow. But I'm going to go glue because I have quite a steady hand. Oh, she says, quite a steady hand. So I'm just going to pop the glue down the centre here. But what I'd like to do with my vellum is I never like to stick my vellum on straight away because the vellum just goes and sucks all the glue up. So I like it to go really tacky before I go anywhere near it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this onto this one here. In fact, which one? Have I got one that I didn't score? And I can score it. I'm going to put this pattern onto here. So we are having an open day tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, in store. We have live guests in store tomorrow. We have Sarah from Funky Fossil and we have the lovely Paul off my design team coming tomorrow. So if you're about and you're not too far away or you've got a friend who's driving, maybe car share. Just pop that on there. It's 10 till 3. Free goodie bag, tea and coffee. I might get some biscuits. And it's just a lovely place, totally free. Come and say hello. It would be lovely to see some new faces, although, yeah, it starts at 10, but people come at 1:15 because they want a chair. I'm just like, jeepers. Not enough chairs for everyone. So let's get this on here. I didn't know which order I'm going to do this in. So let's pop this onto the centre of this heart here. like so. And as you can see, it's already going. That's why I like to let the glue just slightly go off. Push down the crease. They do flatten out, don't worry about it. And then I'm just going to pop a little slither down this one. I'll waft it about a bit. Can you remember last time I wafted it? It went in my hair. Stuck to my hair, didn't it? Can you remember? Oh, look at that now. It's going to be stuck together in a minute. It's like a butterfly wing. Oh. I'll wait till they're stuck first, then I'll put an acrylic block on and then they'll just lift nicely. Oh, Denise can't make the open day. She's babysitting a 3-year-old. Oh, well, we have them once a month, so I'm just popping this one inside here. And I'm just going to take my tool again and just hold it in place. Now this will go completely flat. It's going to be 3D. Vellum pops up beautifully. That's why I like it. But it will go completely flat into your envelope as well. That was quite nice. I'm pleased with that. That's turned out better. I mean, I'm going to let it stick first, then I'm going to put an acrylic block on it to flatten it out. Right, so next one, next heart, and I think this time we'll change up the design. So we'll go this one on the base. I'm going down in size here. If you don't have this particular vellum, you will have some vellum in your stash, so, or a heart die maybe, to create this one. So next one. Is everybody enjoying the club? I hope you all are, because I love doing the club. It just comes round so quick though. It seems like I put it together, then you all buy it and I think, oh, it's okay. It's a few months away. Plenty of time. Oops, wrong heart. Not that one yet. And then all of a sudden, it's here. Let's fold this one in half. Good tip about gluing vellum, absolutely. Let it go off a little bit, give it a waft. Don't stick it in your hair though. So this one here, this big one that we've done now, I'm going to put my acrylic block on it to push that vellum down so it's not like right at the top. And I'll do the same with this one, but I just need the glue to dry first before we go anywhere near it because it will literally stick it all down. And I think the next one on here, I'm just interchanging them. There's no formation to the design at all. I'm just interchanging the 3 vellum pieces. And this one here, I think I'm going to still fold that one. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Liked and shared. Great club. Always enjoy it. Loving the club. I'm being quiet so I can catch up. Love the club. So Jane, question. Will the videos for the Meg boxes be available generally, or are they only for people who buy the Mega birthday box? Great question. They are for everyone. We don't mind. I think in this day and age, just push these down a little bit. The people that can afford it do sort of like get themselves into that like exclusive club, should you wish, if you want to call it an exclusive club. So the people that can afford it have invested. But just because the people that can afford it, I'll just wait till Tim puts it on my face. That's it. Yeah, I need to talk. He's too busy messing around with his technology. He's getting excited. So I feel like personally, and I'm sure everybody else will agree, that just because the people that have money can afford it, why should we miss the people out that can't? And I say that because I know that the people who bought my products who could afford it would be horrified if they felt like Mrs. Miggy's down the road couldn't afford it and is actually at home being excluded. That's why I do it. And that's why I always say, if you can invest, brilliant, but we always try never leave anyone out. Never, 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 just because circumstances or, you know, things at home are different, shouldn't be left out. And I do it. Some people would probably, and I know that my following personally would never turn around and say, hang on a minute, I paid £300 to be in that club. Why should she or he have a look at your videos when I paid that money? Because they're following the wrong company if you have that sort of ethos. Does that make sense? And I know that everybody who follows me has the same ethos as me, is that, well, I don't care. Anybody can watch the videos. It's sharing the love of craft, is it not? So that's why I always do it. I always do it. And I give tons and tons of stuff for the people that do get involved as well. So there we go. There's our 3D heart on that one there. Looks really cool, doesn't it? So we have a mini. Right, so this particular one, I'm going to try and fold in half with that detail on there. Now, wish me luck. It's folded nicely. Roxanne says, Tony, your hands and nails look beautiful. Oh, my nails I only have that gel put on my nails. Who's asked that question, Roxanne? I only have the gel put on my nails to strengthen them. They grow really quick. Look how much they've grown. So thank you for your nice comment, but they really do need some new colour on there. I do like to have nice nails. It's my little treat, really, if you can call it. So let's just pop this one on here. So now on the large one, can we see we've got that lovely star detail on that? I might actually pop the star back in there too. I'm just going to pop him on there. So now basically I'm just building a ton of 3D hearts here. So if you are crafting along, you've got it easy today. We're playing catch up. I'm just going to hold that in the centre there. See, it's coming up. You've just got to be patient with it. Let the glue do its job, and then I'll put the acrylic block on, and then I'll manipulate the layers. Leslie Ann says, you always think of everyone. It's crazy. I can't explain it. I think when you've come, not always me, but when you've come from a background where sometimes you were excluded because you didn't have what your neighbour had or your friends had, it's not a great feeling, is it? It's like, oh, I wanted to do that, or my mum couldn't afford that. And it's been built into me where, like, nobody should be left out, nobody. So that's how it is, unfortunately. I'm not saying unfortunately because it's not a bad thing. Right, mini one. So the small one. And it's going to be quite hard to get the layered on this one. So I think I'm just going to go decisions. Can't even pick it up. It's that small. What's going on? Oopsie-daisy. And we'll just pop this pink one on. I love vellum 3D. It is so elegant. Looks a bit of a hash at the moment because it's all building up nicely. But honestly, when you get it on the card, it looks really elegant. And I've got some nice pattern paper from my stash. Now, you will have to dig out your pattern paper. It doesn't have to be mine. Any pattern paper from your stash, if you get it out and build something. And if you've got some vellum, and if you haven't got coloured or pattern vellum, then the regular vellum will be all right as well. I'll just pop this one in there. Just give that a chance to bite. Let's move that one off there and put it on there. Completely agree. If everyone showed consideration and respect for each other, we would live in a much nicer world. I know. What about this tree? Have you all been reading about this tree? Me and Tim's been like, oh my goodness. Feel like something really bad's happened. Well, it has. I mean, it's a tree, but I'm just going to stick that on there. So I think we'll just quit while we're ahead on that one for now. For this particular card, I am going to need a sentiment, and you're going to see in a second why I need like a sentiment, because we're going to do a floating sentiment. So this is the card we were doing yesterday. So let's just get a piece of this card here, and let's grab our word. So faith and hope. I need one with the long tails, I think. Let's have a look here. Faith and hope. Let's go with hope. Oh, cut it too small. What's all that about? Let's cut this one. And let's grab our machine. Michaela says, the way I see it is all Eurekas are part of the club. Well, we're all family. That's what I say. Crafty family. No matter what, even if you just tune in every day for the inspiration and never buy a thing, it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. But if you do, that's amazing also. Right, let's run this through. Do you know what as well? I was earlier, Becky was cleaning the office and she sprayed a cinnamon spray, and the girls have been packing cotton pines. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel Christmas. I feel a little bit like, oh, I've got a bit of fire in my belly for Christmas. They're like, Tony, go away. I'm like, it smells like Christmas. You pack it. I said, get some Christmas music on. They're like, Tony, disappear. I was like, I was really in the moment. I had to stop in my tracks. I'm like, this is what my house smells like when we light our Christmas cinnamon candles. Anyway, getting a bit giddy. It's a bit early, I know. It's about 80 days, 85 days or something, just to tell you. Oh, I'll pop out this word. You're all like, Tony, now you have just put a dampener on it. Yeah, Michaela's got to read about the tree. Oh, right, so I've got hope here. And it's not something you can fix, is it? The tree, you can't fix it. Like, a lot of the time when things go horribly wrong, you can fix it. Make it better. But on this occasion, we can't make it better. Right, let's bring in our first card. Now, I said yesterday, didn't I, that we were going to use my stash from my Teresa Collins papers. So that's what I'm going to use. So to give this a little bit of texture, I'm just going to grab my scissors. So I have a slimline card here. So if you are crafting along, I was going to vintage this up a little bit, but because my hearts are so delicately soft, I'm going to absolutely leave it like the white, like the nice toned white on there. Hilda's like, far too early for the C word, Tony. Zip it. Okay. I'm zipping it. So let's stick this one on. That's nice and all, isn't it? Oh. Stop. Now let's pop this on here. And then the next one. I'm just going to texturise this one as well. So I just like to go all the way around. Sometimes it tears as well, and that looks quite cool. And that really does give you card texture. But this is a nice way to just stop the back looking blank. But equally, if you have a nice decorative embossing folder, you could put one piece through an embossing folder, and that would sort of like stop it from being a little plain. The reason why I haven't done that is because if you don't own any embossing folders, it's a part of the card that you can't create. I know you've all got paper, so that's why we're running with the paper here. And I'm going to go top down. And then if you use your fingers like so and just ruffle it a little bit, it just gives it a card a little bit of texture. It's a bit softy mixed media-ish if you wish. There we go. Denise is going away for Christmas. Very nice. The tree will come back in 200 years. Don't bear thinking about, does it? Right, so let's have a look at our hearts. Now, where's my heart? I feel like this heart needs a nice heart in it. I'm going to pop that heart back in, do we think? I think that looks nice. I'm going to pop that back in. We've left it out on all of the others, but I'm going to pop it back in on this one. Just give that a second. And then all I'm going to do now is, now we've got our lovely, give them a pinch, manipulate them a little bit, get those layers and textures. These sort of like pop up as well then when they open the card, they pop proud. So let's have a look here. Oh, that's a cute one. Cute mini one. And then the hope is going to float on our star. Now, bear this in mind, guys. If you are wanting to push it flat for an envelope, you can't do the floating heart. So you're going to have to pop it, the floating sentiment. But this could go in a nice little slimline box. Super easy to make. So I'm just going to attach hope to the edge of this heart. Oh, oof, that looks nice and old, doesn't it? I think I'm going to do it on this one. So let's glue them in place. This is crying out for sequins. Oh. I know, it's just crazy, isn't it? So instead of using all of the components, dig out your papers. And then let's pop this hope. And this technique, if you're not doing this technique and maybe you haven't bought the club, if you have a butterfly, raise the wings of the butterfly and then pop your sentiment on one edge of the butterfly and then on another, and you get the floating sentiment across the body. Now I'm thinking that this might need a, let's go for it. What's the worst that could happen? Use a glue that dries clear, okay? Like that, give that a second. This needs sequins. And I'm going to pop some sequins on it, but not now, because I need to do another card to catch up from yesterday. So I'm going to leave that as is. That needs some sparkly sequins though, but check that out, guys. Hang on a minute, let me just fluff up my big heart. This really is a nice card, a little bit different. Try and get that angle on there for you. There we go. Quite nice, but if remember envelope and you want it to go flat, don't put a floating sentiment on there. There we go. I think like it needs something else. I'm not sure. I might put a bow here underneath here. We'll see. Let's move on to our next card. Beautiful. Oh, okay. Let's just pop it here for now. Slim line, 3 squares. Right, we're going to do a big card this time. Now, what we need to do is we need to cut some of the wonderful hearts. So I need 3 of the back panel. So card number 2 here. So let's just get some card. Isn't it weird how we've created a ton of cards just using a nesting heart? Right, let's cut this one. I need to cut this one 3 times. Now we're going to do a bigger card here because I think people might like to make a bigger card, maybe an 8 by 8. But it's going to be a shaped bigger card. So I'm just popping the heart on here. Just had a great idea while I was going, so I'm going to run with it. I'm doing all three. So the 3 nesting hearts, this is what I'm running through on white card here. Oh, Patricia, that's great. She was doing the kiss technique with Quatre D and the colours. So I'm doing all 3 here, but I do need some of the big one to stick to the original plan if the thought I've just had doesn't go to plan. So let me just get my big one. In fact, no, let's cut them all again. Like I said to you, if you have leftovers, we can always try and get them in a card. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. So whilst I'm just running this through, a couple of updates for you then. So tomorrow, Carly is live on Create and Craft at 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock with the Owl Will Always Love You collection. So if you're waiting for that collection, she's on tomorrow. So she'll probably have some cracking demos. You know what she's like. She's a giddy kipper like me. So let's just have a look where this card's going before I go any further. So this is the plan. I have an 8x8 card here that I've cut down a little bit. I've got some pattern paper on the inside. Ooh. And I cut away some of it. So just over half I've left, okay? Then I've got some more of my pattern paper on the left, then some more. And then I'm going to do an edge, heart edge on my card. Super easy to do. So I'm just going to figure out where I probably would go so it looks like it's part of the edge of my card. So maybe a big one at the top and then one down here. I'm thinking about it here, bear with. So it looks like we've got a heart edge on our card. That makes sense. Utilising them in a different way. You can see where this is going, can't you? Right, but what I am thinking is if I took that off there, can't really see the heart. But if I trimmed that, we would have like hearts coming out of the back of our card, wouldn't we? So let's do that. And I like this, so, but I'm not leaving them plain. We need to decorate them. So I'm going to use some of the decorative elements. I'm just going to take a little bit off here. And then that's going to show our hearts in more detail, or we're going to lose it underneath. We'll have to see. So I'm going to put this one on first. Can't type and watch Tony at the same time. I don't know how you just keep up with me, because literally for Create Together, I have a vision, I've told you this, and we always craft together, but it always changes. Always, always, always. So I'm going to go with this straight away, and we'll see where it's going to take us. So we'll do the large one at the top, and I'm going to try and pull it out as far as I dare. So it comes right from the top of my card there. You see that there? And then from the bottom, maybe we should go straight on the bottom one. I think it's cool to sort of like mix it up a little bit. Or, no, we'll go off a little bit because I don't want my paper to cover the full heart. So now I've got my sort of edge coming together nicely here. And then let's do no, let's not. Next piece is this one. So I'm going to go decorative. Now, I'm not going to do the whole layering system because we use the whole layering system on 1, 2, 3 of the cards. So I'm going to use just the outline and this one. Now, I'm going to go with a nice... Ooh, I think we need to do pink, don't you? Let's see what pink we've got in my Teresa Collins. So I'm just going to grab a nice pink because there is a ton of pink in here. I think this is the problem. I can't cut into it. Here, let's use this one. I hate cutting into my papers. So sorry. I'm going to cut this twice, maybe. This one's going to be quite a cool card, I think, in this respect that we've made our own, like, edging die, if you like, from our die cut pieces. I'll just run this one through. Oh, Elaine's going to try the skeleton hearts. Now if I put this on here, am I going to hide half my pretty design? I hope not. We'll see. I'm going to cut another one. So this one fits seamlessly on that large heart, doesn't it? So we need to cut 2 because we've got 2 hearts. Oh, just put it on that card and it looks awesome. Just I'll show you in a second. You know what? We could use the mop-up of our vellums too to create like a layered effect down the side. That would be cool, wouldn't it? One out. I hate cutting papers as well. Look at this though, guys, with them loose. That looks good, doesn't it? Just loose. Bit random, but yeah. So, feeling like that looks cool on there. This is going to look cool on there. I feel like it's lacking though. I think I am going to have to use the other parts. Sorry about me. You know, like, Tony, just make your mind up. Oh, save the star. Get some white. This is just going to give it that little bit of depth because it looks quite flat just with that one. Because the colour palette as well is not helping. So I tell you what, we'll put one of them for there. And we'll use the other one for the other. And then they've both got dimension. And it saves me cutting 9 million times whilst live on air. I'll run this one through too. Oops. And then we should have some nice dimension underneath. Crafting on a postage stamp now. Look at the state of my desk. Everybody hates cutting the papers. Oh. I think this is going to come together pretty nicely. So let's pop out all of our pieces here. Well, let's save our little stars because that might come in handy. So let's say we'll do this one like this. There we go. That's just taken away that nasty plain element at the back there, which I'm really pleased about. I was starting to get a little bit worried. And then this one can go on there and that one can go on there. Let's get them stuck. Come on, let's do it, let's do it. The vision's coming together. Let's just tidy up a bit. Right. So this one on here. And then this one on here. And then this one down here. I've never seen your desk so full. I know. What's all that about, Michaela? I'm pushing boat out today. Rock bands looks like this all the time. Oof. I'm running with it. I'm running with it. It'll be beautifully clean when I go off air for tomorrow. Don't you worry about that. So just let that dry a second. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring into play lots of these embellishments, hearts. So let's have a play. And we have some vellum hearts, which we could just nicely stick inside. You could use the same size heart, so you have a decorative one. Look, that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? You can have one that... Let's actually do these. Oh, I'm not decided now. And then this one could be a full one. Yep, I'm faffing. Right, let's go with that for now. So it'll come together, don't you worry. Have faith, little one. I think that white one's just going to stay white. Now, what do we think to this little star on here? Look. Do you look quite cool? I think it does. What's the worst that could happen? Right, so let's just have a look at our panel. Now, I'm thinking about skipping the panel now because I think that looks quite cool. But if you pop your panel on now, put your head. Let's have a think about it. That does look quite cool, although I think it needs a matte and layer as well. Right, before I do anything else, I have another vision as well. So I just need to just talk you through my vision a second. In this particular paper pad, where did I put my offcut now? Here we go. So in my particular paper pad here, before I do anything, let's just quickly do this because I have like an idea. So I have some cute flowers here. I'm just going to cut them out. Just rough. Right. Yeah, she's off again. She's off again. She's not talking. She's enjoying herself. Marilyn says, I don't think I'm going to understand the notes. Marilyn, just watch the video again, darling, and pause me. Oh. Pause me, mute me, rewind me. I actually craft better in rewind. So here, look, this is what I'm thinking. Oh, it's getting a bit messy now. It's getting a bit... I was gonna... A nice sentiment. Let's just see. Let's just cut a sentiment. I know, just bear with. We have options. Remember, we have options. Oh. Sentiment. Come on. What did we use on the last one? Hope. Faith. Come on, Tony, change it up. Now, where's Faith? Oh. Oh, here he is. He's stuck to my magnet, look. Looks cool both ways. Right, let's cut this Faith first, though, because I'm not finished. Faith in white. We have options, so we'll have a play around with our options. And I'm going to cut the outline too. Do you know what would look nice? The outline. Faith, let's get Faith. The outline in vellum. Got any spare vellum? What about one of these vellum hearts I've cut? No. Stick with the white. You know what? Tim's just done the biggest yawn. Am I boring you, darling? This is where tried to do it as quiet as he could, and I spotted it a mile off. I think he's thinking, here she goes again. These cards take for hours when she starts going off on one like this. Do you know, it's exciting. You don't know what my card's going to look like. It's pulling face at me now. Right. Right, I've my outline. And my sentiment. All in white. Maybe could have done with a touch of something. Maybe the wood or pink, but we're running with it. Faith onto the background. I'd cut Faith a few times as well to give me that dimension. So. I'm going for it, guys. I'm not using my panel. Change my mind. You're all like, oh, do we not Do we not get a say on this then, Tony? Do we not have a say on this? Oh, it's too late. You were thinking about giving me advice. It's long gone. Oh, I've got paper, glue on my paper there. Get that off. Yeah, they're not what you call pics, they're just scribbles. And have I stuck this back piece in? Didn't think I had. I'm going to leave it. Needs some sparkle, I think. Right, but anyway, there we go. What do we think to that? Just needs a nice sentiment in a box there now. Another one bites the dust. Artistic license. Oh, there we go. We like that one. That's a bigger card. That's the back of that is actually just shy of 8 by 8. So ricochet of hearts, something a little bit different there. Fussy, cut some flowers from your paper. If you don't have flowers in paper, maybe use the complete heart to the side with faith on top of the complete heart, so you don't have to have flowers on there if you don't want to. But there we go. So, lovely card. Thank you very much. Quite pleased with that. Well, that one's turned out. Let's just put it on back here. Getting quite a collection. Very nice. If I may say so myself. Stuff with that one. I like tumbling heart edge. Pretty wedding card, maybe. Great shout. Which is your favourite so far? So far, so far. So it is Friday. It is Friday. I'm not here Saturday and I'm not here Sunday simply because we have our open day Saturday. And Sunday I have housekeeping to sort. I need to wash the school uniforms and catch up. So I will be back with you on Monday at 1 o'clock again with picking up class 5, 6 and 7 using the hearts. Now, if you make any cards, make sure you share them in our Eureka fan page and don't forget to bob a comment underneath this video because 7 lucky winners will be picked at the end of this 7-day content. So whatever you're doing, have a great afternoon and I will catch you all on Monday. Don't forget, tomorrow, open day, and Carla is live on Create and Craft at 5 o'clock with Owl Will Always Love You. Always remember that. I will see you later, guys. Take care. Bye.